Williamson, and thank you for inviting us to speak tonight. On behalf of the UNIconnect team, we would like to acknowledge the traditional owners of the land on which we stand, the Gadigal people of the Eora Nation. Majority of you should recognise me from around here, but for those who don't, I am Alicia King, and I am a sophomore here at the Women's College. So normally we have a guest speaker who's a bit older, a bit wiser, successful, and has a lot of experience. And there is no exception tonight. Well, to be honest, maybe there is a bit of a budget cut. Besides being invited to provide the comic relief, I have been asked to speak for a reason. And the reason is, in the holidays just gone, I spent a full day in my bed. I woke up around 10 AM and I decided to make a little change. By the end of the day, I had been told by my mother 3 times that I would get bed sores. What are bed sores? And more importantly, I rallied together a team of 49 uni students from 19 different universities, and we started what is now called UNIconnect, a not-for-profit organisation dedicated to helping the youth of today reach their full potential. UNIconnect is an online forum to connect regional, rural, remote secondary students with current tertiary students to solve all things university related. Though it does have a focus on rural students, we would never say no to anyone who has a question, unless in fact that is the answer to that question. We now have over 40 schools involved. We have partnered with Livewire, the RASF that organised the Royal Easter Show, Department of Primary Industries, My College for Careers, and the Land newspaper. To quote a genius, or quite possibly a drug addict, Dr. Seuss once said, "Unless someone like you cares a whole awful lot, nothing is going to get better. It's not." And on that note, I will introduce you to the dedicated team that has made this all possible. UNIconnect is definitely not a one-woman team. There are 49 advisors, 10 executives, and the lovely lot behind me are the pitch team. So we have Jenny Muvon, and she will tell you about UNIconnect, the need for UNIconnect in rural, regional, and remote high schools. Kate Riley will discuss how it works. Alistair Kitchen, possibly the first Paul's boy to ever be a formal guest speaker, and he's also looking for the formal day. So. And we will tell you about the future of UNIconnect, and Maddie Collins will tell you about the exciting competition that we have coming up. So off to Jen.
So why is there a need for a forum such as UNIconnect when there are so many resources already available? There is, because enrolment of rural and regional youth at university is only 17%, compared to 26% of metropolitan students. We believe this partially stems from the decreased accessibility rural and regional high school students have to information on tertiary education. I'm sure many girls in this room from regional areas can empathise with this. I personally completed my schooling in a rural central school with 12 people in my graduating class and experienced firsthand the lack of exposure such students have to the full range of tertiary education prospects available to them. We want to help change this. We aim to not only provide students with information on specific courses, but also information on other aspects of university life that are sometimes slightly harder to obtain. Things like campus culture, accommodation, and even what it's like moving to the big city. Occasions such as open days, for example, often provide a great opportunity for students to gauge these aspects. Although for a lot of rural students, these are not a practicality, considering the distance and costs associated with attending. A flight from my nearest airport, for example, would cost you $300 just to get to Sydney and back. UNIconnect allows us to help provide this exposure to high school students and open their eyes to opportunities they would otherwise be unaware of via an easily accessible medium, social media. And here's Kate to tell you a bit more on that.
So, as Jeanette has mentioned, young people and social media mesh incredibly well together. The UNIconnect team have used this social media resource to provide a space where high school students can be comfortable asking questions which require a fast and personal response. The site provides an interactive element by encouraging students to use the insights of the advisors who have just gone through the same experience. The site isn't limited to answering questions, but also posts relevant information and links to uni events, open days and cut-off dates. The site is currently fully functioning and is already being used by students to gain access to information from the combined experience of the UNIconnect For example, a question about wanting information about gap years was posted publicly been answered with comprehensive and well-rounded advice from the personal experience of a number of the advisors. An example of a more formal question posted publicly on the page was a question about cut-off dates for early entry, which is answered concisely by the UNIconnect team, providing a link to the appropriate site as well as additional information. A second option for questions is a private message to the page, which has allowed more personal questions to be answered, or for the site users to have more one-on-one attention to their questions. All questions are responded to really appropriately through the UNIconnect organisation or through the personal experience of the advisor. The breadth of experience of our 40-plus advisors demonstrates the usefulness of this resource to everyone interested in tertiary education, as we are all familiar with the stressful process of successfully applying and have unique experiences of the process, which can provide much needed information to the rural students accessing the page.
Thank you. Who wants to go to formal? So, to the future of UNIconnect. At its most basic, UNIconnect uses Facebook as a platform to serve its audience. But as we expand and reach deeper into the high school community, our volume of traffic is going to expand. And to deal with that, we're going to have to, I believe, launch a website of our own making. This will be our own online platform, specifically designed for easy access to information and easy communication with mentors. At the moment, Facebook is very much limited with that one post newsfeed structure that you all know so well. We need a way of streamlining information so it's easy for any kid in grade 11 or 12 to get. As you all know, university websites are a nightmare, and the UNIconnect website hopefully will consolidate information from all those websites and create a one-stop website where you can go get all the information you need on any degree you want and be able to compare it to other universities, as well as interstate universities. If you're like me and you're from interstate, you'll know just how confusing it is to apply to a university in Melbourne at the same time as one in Sydney. And hopefully one of the primary goals of the website will be to make this transition as painless as possible. Beyond that, we hope to implement an app for smartphones so that kids will be more encouraged to use the communication facet of the website, and will hopefully facilitate back and forth communication between mentor and mentee. The final goal is even more hands-on. We hope that once we've secured a name for ourselves in regional schools around the country, we'll be able to begin small trips into regional communities to spread university literature such as brochures and handbooks, and give speeches to kids in grade 8, 9 and 10 who maybe hitherto had not even thought about university. So it's more than just encouraging them to give university a shot. It's about giving them the information they need to start actually thinking about it. And now to Maddie, who will say something about Sydney Genesis.
Thanks, Al. Alright, the Sydney Genesis Entrepreneurship Competition is run as aforementioned by the UC Business School, and it's designed to foster passion for creation and ideas amongst university students moonlighting as innovators. The competition aims to facilitate a real business startup, helping participants generate a working blueprint of their proposed ventures. So there were over 80 submissions this year, and we have been selected as one of 35 teams to develop and hone our project, with the view to bring UNIconnect to life as a viable and sustainable not-for-profit organisation. The competition is divided into two categories, with our project competing as one against 12 other teams to be the best social startup. For the past several weeks, our team has been attending mentoring sessions and workshops, learning business, technology, and social entrepreneurship skills and strategy. In the next week or so, we will have to submit a brief pitch deck to progress to the final round of the competition. Ultimately, the winning business will have shown that they have created an original solution to an existing problem, a concept that will be supported by the awarding of a $3,000 grant and continued support from industry experts, which is, of course, a massive boost to any business launch. So if we were to win the Startup Capital, our primary goal, as Al just alluded to, is to send out the promotional packs to all the schools in the state, raising our organisation's profile and reach so that more people can access this resource. There is also an additional category for the most popular startup, with 3 months residency at Fishburn or Bywire. Teams will upload their pitch decks to Facebook, and we're relying on you guys to help us out and perhaps give us a sneaky like. So please, this presentation is being filmed, so smile and look engaged.
Thanks, Maddie. So I hope you haven't all fallen asleep, but instead of wondering how you can help out, I'll upload the page to the women's Facebook, and feel free to invite or share it to any younger friends or siblings that you have that are doing the HSC. If you actually like the idea a little bit more than that, please come and talk to us after formal dinner, and we can let you know about the executive positions and mental positions that we have available. It's fun and it's easy, and it's a way to give back to the community. Thank you for listening, guys. I hope we didn't bore you too much.